Do you love the work you do? Yes, we all have to do some kind of work because it is our obligation. It makes us a responsible person. We have to put bread on the table at least for 3 times a day. Is it not? So that is why we have to work. And when I was thinking of work, I realized, see, some people like the work they do, some people do not like the work they do, and some people, they love the work they do, but in between, after some time, they start losing interest in the work they do. They lose the enthusiasm. But now, as I was talking about work, as I was thinking about work, I am reminded and I recollect one poem by H.W. Longfellow called The Village Blacksmith. So today I want to tell you about The Village Blacksmith, and I love reading that. I read it the first time I read it, I reread it many times. Right? So I want to tell some extracts, read out some extracts from that poem to you. So see this one. There is a lot to learn from this poem, and whenever I find, I interpret it, I understand how I understand that, I will tell you. Okay, let us say in this. The Village Blacksmith. Here we can know his sincerity. Okay, the person who works at the blacksmith, the kind of passion he puts into it, he pours his heart into his work and he does it. Let us see how he does it. The Village Blacksmith. I will not read, please refer to this poem, The Village Blacksmith by H.W. Longfellow. I will not go through everything, right? Just to keep it short, I will read out some extracts from this. And I will tell you what I understood from that and how inspiring it is. How a person should be when he works. This is from the second stanza. In the second stanza, he says, his brow is wet with honest sweat. He earns whatever he can, and he looks the world in the face. He looks the world in the face. For he owes not any man. For he owes not any man. Right? See, his brow is wet with honest sweat. He earns whatever he can, and he looks the world in the face. For he owes not any man. See, this is the power of honesty, right? When you work with sincerity, when you work with honesty, you will get the authority, right? And that is how people stand with their chest out and head high. What we say, head held high, and look people eye to eye when you work with honesty. Right? So that is what he says. Very inspiring one. I liked these sentences very much. And that is second stanza, third stanza, fourth one in the fifth stanza. See, like that he works. And then 6 days he works. 7th day what he does on Sunday, you see. He goes on Sunday to the church and sits among his boys. He hears the parson pray and preach. He hears his... Okay, this sentence, let me tell about this. right? He hears the parson pray and preach. Why this sentence is important is 6 days he works for his bread. Like he earns his bread. And the prophet says, man can't live by bread alone. He needs the word. The word. The word is important. So what kind of word is important? That is what is said at the scriptures say. Whatever scriptures they are, they say how to lead a good life. So that is very important. Not just the bread. The word. The word is important. So that is what he says. That's why this sentence is very important. He hears the parson pray and preach. He hears his daughter's voice. His daughter is in the choir, singing in the village choir, and it makes his heart rejoice. He's very happy, right? It sounds to him like his mother's voice, singing in paradise. He must think of her once more, how in the grave she lies, and with his hard, rough hand, he wipes a tear out of his eyes. His wife is no more. Okay? He recollects his wife. And why this sentence is very, very important is when he sees his daughter singing, he recollects his wife's voice. So, here, what I want to tell is the purpose of living. The purpose of living. He is honest, he works hard, and he has a purpose. His daughter has no mother, right? And he has taken up his responsibility, right? So, when you take up a responsibility, you should also have a point of purpose. That is how, right? His daughter needs to be compensated. Okay. He fills in. At least he tries to fill in the role of the mother, right? So he wipes a tear. Beautiful sentences. Then the 6th stanza, this is a quote actually, right? See, if you go for quotes about hard work or honest work or committed work, you will find this paragraph coming up as a quote. Toiling, rejoicing, sorrowing, onward through life he goes. Each morning sees some task begin. Each evening sees its close. Something attempted, something done has earned a night's repose. So this is the another stanza. And after this there is another stanza, and the poem ends there. It's a ballad. Okay. So this is a very inspiring poem. Right? When I was thinking about work, this is how people should work. So my dear friends, this is what I want to tell you about. And related to work, I have something else also to say. Maybe I will add that also. Right now, see, some people, what they do is, this is how we started this video. Right? Some people lose the interest in the work they do. Though they love it, after some time, they lose the interest and they think, say, his work is better or somebody else's work is better. So for that, what I would say is, there is a small story. I will give you a reference of that story. A sculptor was there. He was not very happy with his work. So he wanted to have a better way of life. So one day he saw a politician. And he liked the politician. He was addressing the masses. Everybody was worshipping him. He was they had hero worship for him. And he had a lot of money, made a lot of money. And he thought, yes, I would be like a politician. So one day the politician was addressing a big gathering, people. And suddenly he fell down of heat stroke. So he thought the sun is more powerful than the politician. And he wanted to become the sun. And he became the sun. Right? And one day what happened was, all people run away, right, for sun because of that heat. But one day all are playing in midday. So he thought, see, I'm shining so bright. So how come are the people so happy? Then he understood that there was a cloud blocking his heat, the intensity of his heat. He thought, cloud is more powerful than the sun. So I want to be a cloud. and he became a cloud. But soon he realized that he was being driven away by the wind. And he thought, wind is stronger, I want to be the wind. He became the wind. And then he realized that the mighty mountains are stopping the wind. He couldn't pass over the mountains. So he thought, a mountain is stronger than wind, so I want to be a mountain. And he became the mountain, right? And one day he realized somebody is chiseling away big blocks of stone from the foothills, right, no, of the mountain. And he wanted to stop, but he couldn't stop, but he was only staring. And who was cutting those huge blocks, boulders? The sculptor. A sculptor was taking away huge chunks of rock and to sculpt. So he thought, no, the sculptor is stronger than the mountain, so I want to be a sculptor. But this time he is not turning into anything. He remained a mountain, and only his belly, suppose, like, let us think about his body is being cut, right? And suddenly he woke up. So all this while he was dreaming, and he thought, no, a sculptor is better than anything, so let me remain a sculptor. So love the work you do. Do it with passion, like the village blacksmith, honestly, with honest sweat and with a purpose in your life, and that will give you fulfillment, that will give you contentment. So with this is Suraj signing out. Till we meet again.